Yeah, real pleased to get a win. Fifth non-conference, win of the year. Against a real good schedule, tough schedule. Which is an improvement for the program, which we're excited about. The way we guarded today, the intensity that we guarded with, the way we guarded the three-point line until late, obviously was a key. And I thought our ball pursuit, was significantly better. Against a team that has pretty good size and was leading their league in rebounding margin coming in. And proud of the guys that came in here a little bit banged up and weren't sure if they could go, and they responded beautifully.
When did you know that X could play?
Probably when he was a sophomore in high school. The guy was talented. I didn't think he was going to play. X took a really hard fall on his tailbone, and that's not really an injury you could treat. And I would say that maybe right now he probably can't even tie his shoes. But X is a player. We obviously, this is a year where our assist totals are not going to be super high. Our field goal percentage offense is not going to break records. But when you got a guy like this who's got, his talent, he could step up and save you in a critical part of the game.
As a coach, you're always going to emphasize a lot of defense, certainly with your team. Is tonight perhaps the quintessential example of it, considering the offense took a while to really get going?
I would really, we work hard to execute better. And we're not going to win games offensively this year. We don't have a ton of answers. But for us to be able to get control of the game at, the 8-10, with 10 minutes going to second half, and then they really extend the lead, with your second leading scorer, we've got three guys that average over, or four guys that I think average over maybe 4.8 a game, or, and when your second leading scorer goes 0 for 9 with no points and you have trouble scoring the ball, you're pretty proud of the way, Mike Powell stepped up in the second half, and Xavier Munford, and we just gutted out a win against a team that's been playing well.
Did you see that this is how it would play out in a true, rock fight, as they say?
I don't even want to tell you, what we were saying on the bench about what we were watching, but it was. This is the way that we have to win this year. This is who we are. We can't, It's our recipe. We held them to 30% from the field. They made 4 threes at 23 a clip, and a majority of those were late in the game when it was, we had control of it. And that's the way we're going to win. Offense is not going to be pretty this year, unless somebody's got like a West Coast offense they want to come in and run. We got to win with defense, heart, toughness, and timely shots. That's the recipe for this year. You won't, it'll be beautiful. It just, you might not see that beauty this year.
Actually, that run in the second half you guys went on, did you feel you guys had to get more aggressive going to the basket? Because it looked like something clicked and you guys were taking to the basket.
Yeah, our shots wasn't falling early, so we just started attacking the basket, being more aggressive, trying to get fouls, trying to just finish strong at the basket.
Tell us how you feel, Alex.
I feel good. It was a good win. Injury, I'm just working on it still, working with Mike and treatment and stuff, but I feel good. It's a good win for us.
Just talk about what happened and what sort of treatment you're doing.
I was doing mainly ice, just ice and a little bit of stem. I did heat before the game, put some icy hot and just had to tough it up.
When did you go down? Today, what day is today? Friday?
Monday,
I went down. Yeah, it was a hard fall, but I got back up practice, still practice that day. Then the next morning, that's when it was just killing me.
So kind of play where you're going to the rim and Someone came onto you or?
Yeah, I was going to the rim, I was trying to dunk it, but TJ took a charge, and I came down hard. He hit his head, so it was bad for both of us.
Did TJ have to run a lot of wind sprints after that play?
He got an evil stare. You know what? Like for us today, I thought Brooks was great. When we couldn't score, just his energy kind of kept hope alive for us. And TJ, TJ for the first bunch of games was at 50-60%, and I think he's getting closer to 80-90% right now. And if we're gonna win games in a brutal conference that's coming up shortly, we're gonna have to get our bench guys gonna have to step up and produce.
What does he do for you? 6 rebounds, 2 assists tonight, TJ. I mean, he can help.
He's always, listen, TJ moving forward, from this year and beyond, TJ's always a guy, that does things we value, and we're gonna have time to work on his skill and his shooting. But you could see some of his athleticism coming back. He's a great competitor. He guards. He makes plays that, unless you go back and watch the game film several times, you don't even understand his value. But just having him, coming back, closer to form is big for us.
Do you guys forget about this and move on?
No, listen, in a year like this, I've never appreciated winning more in my life than this year. I appreciate it. Division I basketball, it's hard to win any game. The level of people that we've played and the level of people that we're about to play. Now, that might change for me moving forward, beyond this year. But man, I'm proud of these guys for having 5 wins right now, especially starting 0-5. They've been very easy to be demoralized and carry themselves like guys with a losing attitude. But I'm proud to coach these guys. And that's not to say that we didn't have a brutal week of practice after that St. Mary's. It was brutal, right?
Yeah, it was bad.
It was bad, and there's no more 4-hour rule because we're not in class, so it got bad.
Yeah.
The way you want them to play and you want them to practice, injuries just part of the equation?
Yeah,
Could happen.
it's part of us. It don't affect our practice. I was talking to Mike before the game. Like, Mike's practice stuff gets affected because they have 8 guys. We have 4 guys, that are sitting out. 3 of which, because Gil's been hurt, 3 of which that play at such a high level in our practices right now. I mean, with the way Biggie Minnis is improving and Jarrell and what Afani does, like, our practice competition level is very, very high, and our first team gets blown up a lot because our scout team is the best in the country.
How are you guys feeling headed to the A-10 play?
We're definitely confident. We're ready for it. We took a couple losses in the season, so we just want to respond with that in conference play and start off good.
But is it strange to hear Coach talk about how proud he is of you guys with 5 wins? I mean, a lot of kids wouldn't, 5-9, they might not.
5-8.
5-8.
I'll be adding losses, man.
It's strange. I know Coach, he's going to push us and get us ready for conference, but that's all we're worrying about right now.
Last one or two.
Trip to Richmond to open up. Just talk about what you see out of them.
I think from an offensive standpoint, that this was actually good for us because they play a little bit of that Princeton type of back cutting, flare screens, dribble handoff, spacing. Obviously, they're going to do it with a level of, of athlete that might be a little bit higher, But that's a heck of a test, to go on the road that way. But when you look at our conference schedule, every game for us is going to be an incredible challenge for us to give ourselves a chance to win.
Thank you.